Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school girls shows presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Claxon Communications. Gilland Trick. Now, let's head to the field with Chris Kale and Joe Geckler.
One of the best rivalry in the state of Ohio. Their first meeting this year with both teams having unblemished records. It's the 7-0 New Philadelphia Lady Quakers as they play host to the 6-0 Dover Lady Tornadoes on Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications, powered by HRN Construction and Restoration. I'm Chris Kale alongside Joe Geckler here with me this evening. And Joe, both of these squads present dominating pitching, incredible bats. Both these teams are deadly if somebody makes a mistake. This is going to be a fun matchup.
When you talk Tuscarawas County pitching and girls softball, you think of Julia Miller, you think of Maddie DeVault. Those are two stud pitchers that these programs have. We saw one the other night over at TCC. We're going to see two more of them tonight. And, one of them's committed to Ohio State. The other not committed yet, but we will see where she ends up. Obviously, Julia Miller headed down to Columbus, but hey, she's got this season and next year left here at New Philadelphia. Maddie DeVault, a senior for the Dover Tornadoes. Going to be a lot of fun. And her last game here at Tuscarora Park as a Dover senior, it's got to mean something to her.
Absolutely is, the little bit younger New Philadelphia Lady Quakers taking on the veteran, more senior-laden Dover Lady Tornadoes. Again, these two teams meeting for the first time in almost 2 years. Again, the Lady Tornadoes come in at 6-0, head coach by Melissa Beachy in her 7th season, and New Philadelphia comes in again at 7-0. Carly Ross in her 4th season. Wednesday night, Dover defeated Cambridge 12-1 in 5 innings. Maddie DeVault tossed a no-hitter, struck out 14. Addie Martin, 3 singles. Taylor Lundborg, Callie Takelet, Ellie Durant, and DeVault all had 2 singles apiece. Guerin drove in 3, Durant and DeVault 2 apiece. They also shut out Indian Creek 10-0 on Tuesday. Ellie Durant got the win in the circle. On Monday, they blanked Marietta 7-0. Ellie Durant had 4 RBI on 2 hits. Addie Martin with a pair of hits and 3 RBI. Looking at the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers Wednesday, they took care of Marietta down there 9-1. Good night, Lily Goodwin had 4 singles and an RBI. Michaela Helmke had 2 doubles and 3 RBI. Julia Miller had 3 singles and an RBI. Sarah Saweski got the win in the circle, her first win for the freshman. They pounded Orville on Tuesday 13-1. Julia Miller, Lily Goodwin, and Sarah Saweski combined on a 3-hitter. Miller with a home run, Chloe Long a couple of triples. So we are going to take a break, and we're going to go inside the dugout with both coaches. Joe, this is going to be a good one. What are you looking forward to the most?
Seeing both of these programs play. I love the rivalry of Dover, New Philadelphia, no matter what it is. If it's football, basketball, softball, baseball, track, I don't care. Dover, New Philly, it's fun to be here.
All right, we'll be back with starting lineups and everything right after the coaches' interviews, right after this timeout.
HRN Construction and Restoration congratulates this week's student athlete on fire, Madison DeVault, a senior at Dover High School. A daughter of Keith and Stephanie DeVault, Madison is a starter for the Lady Tornadoes softball team. In addition to maintaining a 3.8 GPA, Madison plans to attend Robert Morris University to play softball and major in pre-med. She enjoys showing pigs and lambs in 4-H, along with serving on the Junior Fair Board, plus fishing, crafting, and spending time with her family. Madison also loves her volunteer work, and she is the Coshocton and Tuscarawas County Lamb and Wool Queen. Congratulations to Madison DeVault of Dover High School, this week's HRN Construction and Restoration Student Athlete on Fire. HRN responds 24/7 to fire, smoke, water, and storm damage at residential and commercial properties. Plus, the HRN team offers full-service construction and remodeling on commercial projects large and small. Follow HRN on Facebook and visit callontheshield.com.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. I'm Chris Kale, and I'm in the dugout with Dover Lady Tornadoes head coach Melissa Beachy. Coach, how eager were you to get the ladies on the field after not being able to play in 2020, and how did you approach everything that happened last year?
Yeah, our girls, they still came together very well. They were excited to play. It was not hard to get them motivated. And they've worked tremendously hard all through last year when we couldn't play games. And they're kind of out with a chip on their shoulder like all teams are, but I'm very confident in their ability, and they did a lot for themselves, so I can't take credit for too much that they do on their own.
Coach, Wednesday night you got another dominating performance out of Maddie D in the circle and at the plate. Talk about how beneficial it is to have her and Ellie Durant pitching and hitting so well. Enough
can't be said about their hard work on their own, and it really does relieve a lot of stress on them. I think that we as a team and our whole lineup is producing runs. They have been helping themselves, whether they're on the mound or out on the field somewhere else, and they are great ball players, and it's awesome that they can help themselves in the batter's box as well as dominate on the mound.
Coach, both teams come in undefeated. You guys sit 6-0. The Lady Quakers 7-0. What do you expect from them tonight?
I expect an awesome game, but I expect us to keep playing the game that we've been playing. Our focus has been to be the best team that we can. Every game that we prepare to play our best, no matter what the opponent is. So I expect a good game, but I also expect us to come out on top.
Coach, final question. You have been a part of this rivalry not just as a coach, but as a player, as a coach for the last 7 years. Do you still throw records out when it comes to this rivalry?
I don't know. It's very fun to come back as a coach. It was awesome as a player, obviously, but this is just another game. This is I don't say that in terms of it's not a rivalry game. It's not, but records definitely don't do much for you. You come in and you have to play your best, and you have to do what you've been doing to still get the win.
Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
That was Dover Lady Tornadoes head coach Melissa Beachy. When Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications returns, we will be joined in the dugout with New Philadelphia head coach Carly Ross right after this timeout.
HRN Construction and Restoration congratulates this week's student athlete on fire, Lily Goodwin, a senior at New Philadelphia High School. A daughter of Matt and Deb Goodwin, Lily is a 3-year letter winner for the Quaker softball team. In addition to maintaining a 4.3 GPA, Lily plans to attend Kent State University to major in accounting. Lily enjoys playing with her dog Riley, spending time with friends, and binge watching Netflix. She also plays travel softball for Valley Force and Ohio Wolfpack, and is a 2-year letter winner on the Lady Quakers basketball team. Congratulations to Lily Goodwin of New Philadelphia High School, this week's HRN Construction and Restoration student athlete on fire. HRN responds 24/7 to fire, smoke, water, and storm damage at residential and commercial properties. Plus, the HRN team offers full-service construction and remodeling on commercial projects large and small. Follow HRN on Facebook and visit callontheshield.com.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. I'm Chris Gale, and I'm joined in the dugout with New Philadelphia Lady Quakers head coach Carly Ross. Coach, after not playing a season ago, how did you keep your girls motivated through last spring and summer?
We kept them motivated by trying to get involved as much as we can. With COVID restrictions, we couldn't do as much as we usually do, but we did try to keep them practicing, of course, social distance, small group practicing, and just put in that time just so they were still together and still playing together.
Coach, Wednesday night you took care of Marietta behind another strong performance in the circle and at the plate. Talk about how important it is to have 3 girls you can turn to give you innings if you need it, and all 3 of those girls, being Julia Miller, Lily Goodwin, and Sarah Saweski, can make things happen at the plate.
Yes, absolutely. Those 3 are amazing to have. Having pitching in softball is one of the most important things. So when we have Julia throwing the fire and then Lily coming in to cool it off and be slow and have those spin pitches, and then Sarah is that good, happy in-between, you really can't go wrong with any of them. And at the plate, they are all dominant at the plate. So, again, can't go wrong.
Coach, both you and Dover come in undefeated. It's your first matchup of the season with them, of course. Do you throw records out when it comes to Dover Philly?
Yes, absolutely. Everything goes out the window when it comes to Dover Philly. We could watch, we could see what they've been doing through the preseason before they've reached us, but anything goes out the window because everyone brings their best.
Coach, finally, what do you expect from Dover tonight, and what are your keys to stay undefeated?
We expect Dover, so we do expect them to touch her, and hopefully our defense can pull through, and hopefully we can get some small ball going and work on their errors and work on offensive plays.
Coach, good luck here this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
In Dover, New Philadelphia, right after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
This is Jim Smucker, president of Kime in downtown Charm, Ohio. By now, we hope you're aware of our local next-day delivery service. We call it Local Express. You simply call us to place your order, and those items will be on your doorstep the very next day. Now that's Kime time. The new catalog is available at kimehome.com, and you can call 330-893-5030 to place your order today. That's 330-893-5030. When you think Kime, think lumber plus everything you need to make a house a home.
At Gillen Body Shop, they know that when their business is needed, it's never planned, and that can cause you quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for you by making sure the work is completed right the first time. And Gillen Body Shop's experienced staff gives all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philly, or find them on Facebook.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications, bringing you the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. A special thanks to Kent State Tuscarawas and First National Bank of Denison for being associate sponsors. It's now time for our starting lineups. First for the Dover Tornadoes, the first three batters. Number 9, Taylor Lundborg, the shortstop, will bat first. Callie Takelet, Number 11 is the third baseman. She'll bat second. Addie Martin in the third hole. She is the center fielder. Number 5, Ellie Durant, is the cleanup batter in left field. Batting fifth, number 8, Maddie DeVault, the pitcher of record. Leah Locke, the catcher, bats sixth. Caitlin Guerin, first baseman, bats seventh. She'll wear number 21. Number 22, Peyton Curley, is the DP. Zoe Molman, the right fielder. Number 13 in the 9-hole, Karina Argento, is the flex in the catcher spot. Joe, you have defensively for the New Philadelphia Quakers.
Yes, for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers in left field, Ella Yoder in center field, Lily Goodwin in right field, Chelsea Froman at third base, Jenna Miller at shortstop, Madison Wright at second base, Peyton Murphy at first base, Chloe Long. Catching is, let me find it here, Emily Cardani. And, of course, Julia Miller in the circle for the Lady Quakers.
Julia Miller, 34 in a third innings pitched, 81 strikeouts. Pitch number 1 on the way, fouled off by Taylor Lundborg, the shortstop. So strike 1 on her. Again, Julia Miller, the junior, 81 strikeouts to 7 walks, has not given up a run this season. Pitch number 2 from Miller is on the way. Lundborg, swing and a miss. Strike number 2.
Man, she's bringing some gas today, Chris, up on the hill here at Tuscarora Park. The wind's blowing in a little bit, but Julia Miller's bringing that gas.
Couldn't ask for a better day here at Tuscarora Park. Miller is fouled off by Lundborg. So Lundborg staying alive in the leadoff spot. The shortstop, Taylor Lundborg, batting .393 on the season. She is a junior with 1 home run, couple of doubles, 8 RBIs on the season. As Lundborg gets into that one, it's going to be caught out there in left field. Ella Yoder with the catch. Thought that was going to drop, Joe.
Yoder get underneath it there in left field.
So getting ready to go will take strike number 1. Actually, that was a ball. Thought that was a strike 1 there, Joe.
A little bit low. We got a nice bird's eye view here at home plate. Came in just a little low, below the knees and inside. I felt the umpire called it a ball.
Strike number 1 for Julia Miller. Like you said, Joe, really bringing the gas. 1-1 the count on Callie Takelet. Takelet batting .304 on the year. The senior third baseman has a double 3 RBIs on the year. Takelet will take ball number 2, a little bit low.
I think that's a key for Dover today, to be a little patient with Julia, make her throw strikes, and try to get your pitch, as exactly what Lundberg did there leading off the game.
Yeah, absolutely. As Miller's going to get the strike call on the way. I guess it was. They did call the strike on the first one, Joe. First strikeout of the game, and that one was looking. Callie Takelet goes down. Addie Martin will be up now, the center fielder. 2 down. Miller delivers, fouled off. Strike number 1 on Addie Martin.
I was always taught in baseball that if the pitcher's throwing gas, you put your back foot on the back of that batter's box. It gives you a little bit more time to try to hit that fastball.
Miller delivers, skied up down the first base line. Gonna head over is the second baseman, Peyton Murphy, and she'll record the out. 3 up, 3 down for Julia Miller. We've reached the end of the the top of the first, rather. We'll be back with the bottom right after this. No score between Dover and New Philadelphia.
Buying a home has never been so affordable with record low interest rates. Hartzler's Quality Housing is ready to put over 40 years of experience to work for you. Family owned and operated since 1978, Hartzler's has a wide selection of model homes on site with a knowledgeable team to help make your new home a reality. Open 6 days a week. Visit them off I-77 in Dover or online at hartzlers.com. Hartzler's Quality Housing. Quality from start to finish.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
High school softball on Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Again, special thanks to Kent State, Tuscarawas, and First National Bank of Denison being associate sponsors. Joe Geckler, let's go through the lineup for the new
shortstop in the third hole. Number 13, Julia Miller. She's in the circle today. Left field. And number 55, McKaylin Helmke. Field number 9, Jenna Miller's at third base, batting 8th. Batting 9th, number 00, Peyton Murphy.
So Lily Goodwin is up now, the center fielder, facing Maddie. Ball high. As, again, Tornadoes.
I'm going to say this, the first 1-1 wins today.
Could be, as Goodwin will look at ball number 2.
Goodwin bats left-handed, Chris. She's kind of that slap hitter for softball. Kind of see her running up in the box a little bit, trying to use her wheels to her advantage.
Yeah, good night, Goodwin. A .478 average, a couple of triples, couple of doubles, 4 RBIs on the season for Goodwin, as she'll take strike number 1. So 1-2 the count now on Lily Goodwin, the center fielder, leadoff hitter for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers. Maddie DeVault in the circle. Maddie D going to throw that one outside. 3-1 now. Definitely don't want to put somebody on, Joe, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Goodwin's speed. Hitters count here, though, 3-1, Chris. Let's see what Goodwin, see if she has the green light or make DeVault bring it to her.
Maddie D ready to go in the circle. She's going to throw low and outside and is going to walk her. So a base on balls for Lily Goodwin to start things off. Madison Wright will be up now, the shortstop. Number 8 will bat second as Maddie D gives up that walk, only her 4th walk given up on the season, Joe.
And 2 teams like this, Chris, walks on either side can come back and haunt you. So let's see if Dover's defense can buckle down here.
Bottom of the first inning, ball fouled off by Madison Wright, the shortstop. 0-0 the score, bottom of the first inning from Tuscarora Park. Take a look at Dover's lineup as we go through. Leah Locke is at the catcher's position. Caitlin Guerin at first. Karina Argento at second. Taylor Lundborg, the shortstop, as you get a strike, and now a steal by Goodwin. Goodwin's going to be in there on the stolen base. So Lily Goodwin with the steal. Madison Wright took the strike there, so 0-2 on Wright. DeVault working in the circle. Wright, the right-hander, fouls that one off the catcher's head. We'll stay at 2 strikes. Madison Wright, .400 average, is the freshman. She does have a triple, 3 doubles, 8 RBI on the season, 9 runs scored for the freshman, Joe.
Yeah, good way to start your high school career, having a good season so far here for the Lady Quakers.
Wright will foul this one back, straight back, and found a car, Joe.
I think that was off your truck.
That's why you don't park there.
I'm
clear down. I'm clear down the hill, baby.
I'm down over by the football field.
Right. That's where you need to be. These people that park back here blows my mind every time, and then they complain about their car getting hit.
You know, when I was an honorary coach, I had a parking spot, so I just went down and parked in it.
Yeah, right. I'm with you there. It's a nice change up there. Is going to be in for a ball. So 1-2. The count on Madison Wright. Maddie D giving the little change there, trying to pull the string. Didn't get her to chase. Wright, the freshman, at the plate. Lily Goodwin at second. Ball inside. Number 2. So 2-2. The count on Madison Wright. The second batter, Lily Goodwin, the leadoff hitter at second base. She walked, stole second. Maddie DeVault needs to get this K right here. She readies in the circle. Fires, strike 3.
Way to come back by Maddie DeVault to get the second batter in Madison Wright to get her on the strikeout. Looking, one out now, runner on second, and that's Lily Goodwin, of course. The big bat of Julia Miller steps in.
Yeah, Julia Miller batting .684, 2 home runs, a double, 7 RBIs. You want to stay away from her. You don't want to give her nothing to hit. We'll see what Maddie D does here. Is a battle of the pitchers now. DeVault in the circle. Miller at the plate. Inside strike on Julia Miller.
Must have caught a little bit of the inside corner. Miller didn't agree with the call, but hey, she takes it, looks down to her coach, and now steps back in the box. This is a battle of power pitcher, power hitter.
Absolutely. Maddie D throws the change up in the dirt. Big lead over there by Goodwin, but she thought better of it. Nice job by the catcher right there, Leah Locke, to kind of corral things. 1-1 on Miller. Ball's fouled off down the right field line into the, I would say the seats, Joe, but it's in the parking lot.
It is in a parking lot out on the street. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here at Tuscarora Park for rivalry softball action. The count here 1-2 to Julia Miller with a runner on runner on second with 1 out, and the runner is Lily Goodwin for the Lady Quakers.
Ball in the dirt right there. 2 balls and a strike. Actually, yes, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. The count on Julia Miller. DeVault readies. 2-2. The count. Ooh, didn't call it.
They said
he got her to go.
They said that she checked her swing, bring up a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Maddie DeVault about had her on the high heat. Julia Miller was able to hold off.
Real close play right there.
That was really, really close.
The payoff pitch from Maddie D is a ball. And she'll put Julia Miller on.
Honestly, that's probably a smart walk. You really don't want to give her anything to hit because she could have made it a 2-0 game just like that.
Yeah.
That's probably a pitch around walk. A kind of a, I'm not going to give you anything. Now we're going to have a pinch runner in.
Yeah, number 3, the pinch runner, Brittany Fenton, into pinch run for Julia Miller. So Brittany Fenton at first base, Lily Goodwin at second, and now stepping into the plate with 1 out is Chloe Long, the first baseman. The senior, .429 average on the year, 2 doubles, a triple, as she's going to get the bunt down.
That was a foul ball.
I'm surprised it took a little bit late to call that one, but nonetheless, they did call the foul ball on Chloe Long, so strike 1.
It hit it in foul territory, come back and hit her. But if I would have hit it in fair territory and came back and hit her, she would have been out. Luckily that ball did hit in foul territory in the batter's box. So that was an easy break, or a nice break there for the Lady Quakers as Chloe Long fouls off the next bunt attempt to make it 0-2.
Yep, 0-2. Maddie D's got a little bit of work to do with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. New Philadelphia, a pair of ducks on the pond at Tuscarora Park, dare I say.
They do have a couple ducks on the pond.
Second.
something both of these teams are going to have to take advantage of today. They get runners on. They got to get them into scoring position. New Philadelphia did a nice job taking advantage of the wild pitch there from Maddie DeVault. Runners on second and third now. Only one out, Chris. So the Lady Quakers threatening here in the bottom of the first.
Absolutely. The 1-2 from DeVault to Long. Strike three. Big strikeout by Maddie DeVault. 2 down now with runners at second and third. Stepping in now, Ella Yoder, the left fielder. Ella Yoder, the sophomore, 200 average coming in, 3 RBI, a triple, 1 run scored. Also plays a little bit of catcher, does Ella Yoder. Ella Durant is in left field. Addie Martin in center field. 1-1 the count on Ella Yoder. The 1-1 from Maddie D. Strike 2. Joe, that was a good-looking pitch right there. This would be a big pitch for both Yoder and DeVault right here.
Looks like DeVault took a little bit off of that pitch there and got the strike called on the inside corner. Maddie DeVault with a nice pitch now, 1-2.
And she hits it right to the second baseman for the out. Nice play right there by Karina Argento to get the out. So we've reached the end of the first inning. 0-0 the score. 2 runners left on for New Philadelphia. We'll be back right after this.
Are you looking for a local propane supplier? TMK Valley Propane would like to offer you our hassle-free guarantee. We can provide you excellent service with automatic fill options, budget plans, and easy delivery. Let TMK show you how we take the hassle out of your winter heating needs. Give us a call today for a free site evaluation, 330-897-3911.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
Just a reminder to visit WTUZ.com and click on the Big Z Sports Live button. For live games, you can visit WTUZ Big Z Sports or Claxon Communications on Facebook. You can always go back and watch the game on YouTube. Just search WTUZ Big Z Sports. Chris Kale and Joe Geckler here with you. Top of the second. And at the plate, go ahead, Joe.
A good first inning for both teams. Maddie DeVault able to get out of some trouble. Now Julia Miller back in the circle. Fires in the first one for a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Ellie Durant up now, the left fielder, as she takes the strike from Julia Miller. Miller in the circle. And strike number 2. Blew it right by her. 0-2 on Ellie Durant. Durant, the cleanup hitter. And she's got some great numbers, batting .680, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 15 RBI on the year, and she'll take ball number 1.
Just a bit outside on that pitch there from Julia Miller as Durant now in a 1-2 hole.
Durant, Miller, ball 2. So 2-2 the count. Julia Miller trying to find her stuff after a good first inning. She got a pop out, a fly out, and a strikeout looking did Miller in the first. And she's going to get the K to start inning number 2 off.
Bringing the gas here today is Julia Miller with her second strikeout of the game, her first strikeout swinging. Of course, Durant, her second victim.
Maddie DeVault at the plate. She'll take ball number 1 from Julia Miller. Again, the battle of the pitchers. Last time it was, switched around. 1 ball as foul ball down the right field line, going to find its way to a windshield. So 1-1 the count. Julia Miller ready's in the circle. Nice fastball as Maddie D caught a piece of it.
Nice crowd on here tonight
at beautiful
Tuscarora
crowd.
Park. Lots of people out in the center field, left field area with their lawn chairs and bag chairs, and people lined up all the way around the backstop here with us and out in the parking lot. What a great crowd tonight.
Yeah, Beautiful battle between these undefeated teams. Maddie DeVault at the plate. The 1-2 offering from Miller is skied straight up in the air in the infield. Ball's going to be dropped by the catcher.
Nope, foul ball. It hit in fair territory, bounced foul, and was not touched.
Good
that
call.
Is a foul ball.
Yep, good call. The umpire correct ruling on that one. I think she just lost it in the sun a little bit.
It's getting kind of
the catcher
windy, Chris.
Cardani?
I think it's getting kind of windy here, and I think the wind was playing some tricks on them in the infield.
Emily Cardani unable to corral that one. DeVault back at the plate. The 1-2 pitch from Julia Miller. Again, 0-0. Top of the second inning from Tuscarora Park between Dover and New Philadelphia. And DeVault gets a piece to stay alive.
Luckily, the fence was in front of me, or that would have hit me right in the face.
Well, no, because it rolled, so it probably hit you in the shin.
Well, it would have bounced up. My luck, it would have bounced up and hit me in the face.
And then it would have messed up your pretty smile.
It would have.
The 1-2 from Miller once again to DeVault. DeVault gets a piece, strike 3. So another strikeout, the third for Julia Miller, the junior. Now up, Leah Locke, the catcher. Leah Locke batting 188, a double and 2 RBI will take strike number 1. Locke is the sixth batter, Julia Miller. Kind of just strumming along here. The only really battle that she had was with her counterpart in Maddie DeVault.
Yeah, she's doing what she needs to do out there. The defense is behind her, doing a good job today, but Julia is looking strong as she hits strike number 2 on the inside corner there to number 17, Leah Locke.
So the 1-2 from Miller. Strike 3. As she strikes out the side, does Julia Miller. Her 4th strikeout as we've reached the middle of the second inning. Still no score, no runs, no hits, and no errors. 3 strikeouts for the Dover Tornadoes. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, sports fans. When it comes to taking care of the vehicle that transports your team, you expect it to be done with speed and accuracy. This is Phil Miller from the Parkway Quick Lane. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my team at Parkway Quick Lane deliver you the winning combination to keep your vehicle on the road and safe. If your vehicle needs to get off the sideline and back in the game, visit the Parkway Quick Lane for your next service appointment.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers and Dover Lady Tornadoes, powered by HRN Construction and Restoration. Again, a special thanks to Kent State, Tuscarawas, and the First National Bank of Denison. Chris Kale, Joe Geckler here with you from Tuscarora Park, and we are in the bottom of the second. Still no score, kind of what we expected, Joe.
Yeah, we did expect a low-scoring game here today. Of course, New Philadelphia in the bottom of the first inning was able to get a couple of runners on, couldn't get any across the plate, as Maddie DeVault did a nice job shutting them down after they got a couple of runners on. Let's see how they handle now with the 6, 7, and 8 batters. Of course, Helmke, Froman, and Miller will be up in this inning for the Lady Quakers.
So Chelsea Froman, the right fielder, steps in for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers against Maddie DeVault. DeVault will fire strike number 1.
I wonder if Chelsea Froman is any relation to Abe Froman. You remember Abe Froman? A little movie trivia right there. Do you know who Abe Froman is?
No.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Strike 2 from Maddie D.
When Ferris was in
Chelsea
the restaurant,
Froman?
Abe Froman.
Yeah, Abe Froman. I do remember that
the
now.
Sausage
That's good.
King of Chicago.
Yes,
Yep.
That's good. Maddie Durant fires the 0-2 pitch inside on Froman.
Really cool to have a monitor here off to our right. We can actually look over and kind of see the pitch location, because we are right next to home plate, but sometimes if it goes inside or outside, we don't necessarily see it.
Ball low from DeVault. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, I'll tell you what, Casey Claxon and all of his guys just do a phenomenal job with their production here, and just absolutely astounded by what they do. Strike 3 on Chelsea. Froman. Look at that crowd, Joe. Just tremendous out there in the outfield.
I wonder what the crowd looks like right over. See if we can get a picture of the crowd at the baseball game. A lot of people taking in it.
She will swing
maybe
at that one.
Maybe our
1-1
social
count.
media god, Adam Saweski, can go get a picture of the crowd of the baseball stadium while he's up here.
Yeah, he might do that, but he can't hear us like he normally can on radio.
We can talk bad about him then.
Matty D fires one in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike on Jenna Miller, the third baseman. The senior third baseman, a 158 average, does have a home run, pair of RBIs, pair of walks, 3 runs scored on the early season for Jenna Miller. The 2-1 from Matty D is swung on and missed by Miller to even the count at 2. Matty D kind of settling down a little bit now in the circle after giving up those 2 walks in the first inning. DeVault, the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and she does what her counterpart does, strikes out the first 2 of the second inning. We'll see if she can do what Julia did and strike out the side. As you can hear, a little breezy up here on the hill. As Peyton Murphy, actually that is Michaela Helmke, the designated player, steps in now. Helmke will take, I believe that was a strike. Strike number 1. Strike 2 from Matty D. So Matty D looking for the strikeout of Helmke. The 0-2, strike 3 looking. Striking out the side is Matty DeVault. And we have reached the end of the second inning. No runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts for the Dover Lady Tornadoes. And we'll be back right after this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
High school softball and Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Chris Kale, Joe Geckler here with you. And to call the third and fourth innings, my partner, Joe Geckler.
Thanks so much, Chris. We are in the top of the third inning. No score here at Tuscarora Park as Julia Miller fires in the first one, and it's going to be high to number 21, Caitlin Guerin, the first baseman for the Dover Tornadoes. Guerin on the season batting .333 with a home run, a double, and 8 RBIs. Pitch number 2 on the way. It's in on the inside corner. First strike, number 1 to Caitlin Guerin. 1 ball, 1 strike again. No score here at Tuscarora Park. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale for Big Z Sports with the rivalry game as strike 2 as Caitlin Guerin swings and misses on the high heat from Julia Miller. Miller has 4 strikeouts on the day. Struck out the side in order in the second. And the off-speed pitch gets Guerin out in front for a swing and a miss. Strike number 3 and out number 1 of the third inning.
Yeah, really nice job there by Julia Miller. Quick work of Caitlin Guerin.
Now 22, Peyton Curley up. She's a designated player. I'm gonna take that back and say it's someone else because that's who it is. We don't have a number. We don't have a name.
I think the numbers are just messed up in the book, so I believe that's Peyton Curley, but she's wearing number 35 instead of 22, Joe.
As Julia Miller gets behind in the count now, 2 balls, no strikes to Peyton Curley, the designated player for the Dover Tornadoes. Ball 3 high for Julia Miller. The count goes to 3-0 as Julia Miller falls behind now. She needs to come back here come back and get her. This is a hitter's count. She fouls it off, does Peyton Curley. It's going to be strike one. 3 balls and a strike now on the Dover designated player. Of course, Julia Miller, the talk of New Philadelphia as their girls softball program. Only a sophomore committed to Ohio State. As a pitcher, she can hit as well. We'll see that coming up here in another inning or so as Julia Miller gets a strike out swinging against Peyton Curley. So that's 2 strikeouts and 5 in a row now for the junior pitcher for the Lady Quakers. Now up number 10, Zoe Molman, as she is a left-hander.
I like the number, Joe.
Number 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-0.
It is 1-0.
It is.
That's going to be strike taken by Zoe Molman, the right fielder.
Definitely got to make sure she makes contact while her feet are in the box when she's moving forward, obviously. Doing a good job of staying in the box.
And
Ball was fouled off.
That ball was fouled off by Molman. Takes it now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miller looking to strike out the side in order for back-to-back innings. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Called third. Oh, no, he held off. I thought he was going to ring her up. And he said, nope, I'm going to say ball 2 outside. I thought it nipped a little. Well, he lifted his hands, and I thought he was going to call strike 3, but a little bit outside as time has been called now at the plate by the home plate umpire, Rick Annan. And, of course, in the field umpire, Kenny Hall today for this rivalry game between Dover and New Philadelphia. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 called, and back-to-back strikeouts, and that one's looking. She strikes out the side for the 2nd inning in a row, does Julia Miller. No score after 2.5. Back to Tuscarora Park after this. You're listening to high school softball, thanks to HRN Construction, Claxton Communications, and Big Z Sports on
Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Contact Casey Claxon or Judd Bone at claxonprinting.com for printed t-shirts, embroidery, and branded promotional products for your booster club or business.
We can also help your team set up an online fundraising store to sell your team apparel to fans across the country.
Visit claxonprinting.com or call 740-623-2145.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports, Claxton Communications, bringing you the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score here at Tuscarora Park. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, as Maddie DeVolt toes the rubber inside the circle for the Tornadoes. A bunt laid down by the Lady Quakers, and it's going to be fielded and thrown away by number 21, Caitlin Guerin, as Peyton Murphy gets on thanks to the error by the first baseman.
Yeah, that was just a tough play. She kind of it was an in-between. You know, a lot of times you can toss it underhand or overhand. She decided to throw it and just took a little bit too much off of it.
So now we're going to have a runner on as we go back to the top of the order. And Lily Goodwin up to the plate. She walked her last time up, stole second, got all the way to third, and was stranded in the bottom of the 1st inning. And it's going to be 1 ball, no strikes to Lily Goodwin with a runner on first. Bottom of the 4th inning, no score. Ball outside, 2-0 now to Lily Goodwin. Beautiful day here at Tuscarora Park. Wind blowing just a little bit. You couldn't ask for a nicer day. We had a beautiful day on Wednesday, Chris. Another beautiful day here today for some high school softball.
Absolutely.
Goodwin looks and takes strike 1 now as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Lily Goodwin, the center fielder for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers, batting .478 with 3 triples and 2 doubles on the season. She runs up, takes a strike as they take off, and as Peyton Murphy takes off for second base and gets under the tag for a stolen base. Peyton Murphy swipes second on a very close play at second base.
Taylor Lundborg down there covering second base. Got the tag down just a little bit too late, Joe.
Count at the plate now, 2-2 to Goodwin. Going to be outside, brings the count full to Lily Goodwin, the center fielder for the Lady Quakers. And, of course, Peyton Murphy at second base now after the stolen base. She reached first on an error by the first baseman. And they say, timeout. They say she went getting.
No, they didn't. They called it.
So now they check down to the official.
And they asked if they left early at second, Joe.
Well, the umpire is he was asking for a check swing. Was the home plate umpire Rick Annan out to the field umpire Kenny Hall, and he said no, she checked. So that's going to be ball 4 for Lily Goodwin. As the bunt is laid down, fielded by Maddie DeVolt, and she throws on to first base, and covering was Karina Argento, but it moves the runners up to second and third. Sacrifice bunt by Madison Wright.
I thought they were actually asking if the runner on second led off early. I thought that's what the umpire was calling for, but it wasn't. You were right, Joe. He was asking for the check swing as Julia Miller comes to the plate now for the Lady Quakers.
First pitch to Miller. She lines it in between first and second into right field. That's going to knock in 2 runs for the Lady Quakers as they get on the board. 2-0 off the bat of Julia Miller. RBI single, a 2 RBI single for the junior pitcher.
Nice piece of hitting there by Julia Miller. She went opposite field and laced it right in to right field. Brittany Fenton in now to pinch run at first base, Joe.
So we only have 1 out now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The New Philadelphia bottom of the 3rd inning, excuse me. I've been saying 4th inning. It is the bottom of the 3rd inning as New Philadelphia is on the board, leading 2-0 as Chloe Long comes up and fouls off the first pitch from Maddie DeVolt.
Yeah, Maddie D not having a good 3rd inning here. You know, the fielder, we got the error, and, of course, she got the walk, and now the single to right field.
She's going to be chopped to second base, and they field it. She bobbles it, and she is going to be safe at first on another throwing error by the Dover Tornadoes, and that's going to be Karina Argento. Runner moves up to third, but Chloe Long stays put at first base as the pinch runner for Julia Miller moves all the way around to third, and that's Brittany Fenton now on third base. Runners at first and third as head coach for the Dover Tornadoes out to talk to the field umpire, maybe asking for maybe some interference.
Yeah, I think that she was looking for the interference on Argento, who picked that one up, but to be honest with you, I don't think it was there, but obviously I think Coach Beachy going to go out there and ask for the call.
Sure, absolutely. It's not going to hurt anything if she's thinking that there was interference, and they wave off and ask for the safe call, and that's what they get. Or they give the safe call, does field umpire Kenny Hall. So now we have runners at third and first for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers. And number 24, Ella Yoder, into the bat for the Lady Quakers. She lined out to the second baseman back in the top of the first inning. DeVault gets her sign, now delivers. And that's going to be bounced back to DeVault. She comes home with it. They get down into a rundown, and they overthrow the ball. No, they get the shortstop is there, and then she is going to be tagged out by Maddie DeVault is Brittany Fenton. So that's going to be out number 2. Calling a pickle for the first time. Well, the shortstop came out, which was Lundborg, came over and caught the ball out of midair. She airmailed the third baseman.
I thought she did too. I thought it was totally airmailed, and it wasn't, so they got the out, much needed out for the Lady Tornadoes, Joe.
So if you're scoring at home,
good luck with that.
I'll get that to you here in just a minute. But the first strike as Ella Yoder gets to first base. And Chloe Long's on to second, but it went 1 to 6 to 2 on the put out for out number 2 of the inning.
Chelsea Froman at the plate, by the way, with a 1-1 count right now for the New Philadelphia Quakers. 2 outs, bottom of the third, 2 runs for the Lady Quakers. Maddie DeVault in the circle for the Lady Tornadoes. Froman will take the ball high. Is Joe getting his scoring correct over there?
I don't understand how all the batting out of order stuff happens in softball. I'm confused by all this. So anyway, a little confusing, but hey, we're getting it. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, or 2 balls and 1 strike now to Froman as she takes the ball inside. Moves the count to 2-2 now with a runner on first and second. As DeVault steps off, rubs her hand in the dirt to get a little more grip on the ball. 3 balls and a strike now. And they're going to call that a strike on the inside corner to Froman. So it's going to bring the count full now. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. They'll be on the move here as a full count. And it's going to be swung on and missed. Maddie DeVault gets out of trouble, but not after. 2 runs come across for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers, and after 3.5. New Philadelphia 2, Dover nothing. Back to Tuscarora Park after this with high school softball, Big Z Sports, and Claxton Communications.
Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas. Kent State Tusk offers over 30 bachelor's and associate degrees. We have over a dozen athletic programs, including programs are some of the most sought after in the area. Staying local is the most cost-effective way of obtaining your degree. Define your own success. Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
High school softball and Big Z Sports and Claxton Communications presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale live from Tuscarora Park. We are in the top of the 4th inning as the Dover Tornadoes give up 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning and trail 2-0 now to the rival Lady Quakers of New Philadelphia. Julia Miller back out on the circle or in the circle. Oh, and it comes back and drills Julia Miller right in the arm, and she shakes it off, picks it up, and throws her out at first. But the coach and all the players out to check on Julia Miller. That ball was shot right back up the middle as Taylor Lundborg rockets one back up the middle. Julia Miller shakes it off, walks around a little bit. She's tough as it comes, Chris.
And that's why you wear a mask, Joe. I know it hit her in the arm, but you'll see almost always the infielders always wearing those masks. Obviously, the third baseman has one on, first baseman, and the pitcher.
It looks like I got her in the non-throwing arm, which is the left arm, as Julia Miller out there laughing and smiling with her coach, and she looks like she's good to go. Through an extra pitch there to see if everything was good, and Julia Miller back at it. So we'll see how that affects her going forward, but that's going to be the first out of the inning as the Quakers lead the Tornadoes, the Crimson Tornadoes, 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning as Callie Takelet swings at the first one and misses. Julia Miller looking strong here today. She struck out the side in back-to-back innings. She has 7 strikeouts on the day as Takelet swings and misses again. At the second pitch of the at-bat, now 0-2, Takelet looking to make contact against Julia Miller, and she does not, as Miller strikes her out swinging on the changeup. That's going to be strikeout number 8 for Julia Miller. Out number 2, and Addie Martin steps to the plate. She popped out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. Did the center fielder for the Dover Tornadoes. And she takes a strike on the inside corner. Does Addie Martin. 0-1. 2-0 again, top of the 4th inning. New Philadelphia Lady Quakers lead the Dover Lady Crimson Tornadoes here at Tuscarora Park. As Martin pops it up to the shortstop, and she has it, does Madison Wright, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning as Julia Miller shakes off the line drive off of her arm with the first batter of the inning to get the 3 outs. And after the top of the 4th inning, Dover trails New Philadelphia 2-0 back after this.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schönbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you the Lady Quakers and the Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, live from Tuscarora Park. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Lady Quakers lead the Lady Tornadoes 2-0 on a 2-run single by the pitcher, Julia Miller, back in the bottom of the third inning to give the Quakers the 2-0 lead. Maddie DeVolt back out on the circle, or in the circle, for the Lady Tornadoes. As Jenna Miller, the third baseman, in the batter's box. She gets a hard shot into right center field. Nice diving catch by Addie Martin out in right center field as she takes extra bases away from Jenna Miller for out number one.
Wow, what a catch by Amart in center field. Man, what an athlete she is. She does it on the basketball floor, does it here on the softball field. Addie Martin, nice catch.
Now number 55, McKaylin Helmke, into the batter's box with one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. She gets a foul ball off the fastball in there by Maddie DeVolt.
Choking up a little bit there was Helmke.
Nice play by Addie Martin, diving to her left to make the catch and take extra bases away from the Lady Quakers.
That's huge in a 2-0 ball game,
Addie
Joe.
Martin, great defensive play. Hats off to her. What a catch. Swing and a miss by Helmke. It's going to be 0-2 now. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Quakers lead the Tornadoes in girls high school softball 2-0 here at Tuscarora Park. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, bringing you the action. The 0-2 pitch inside and backs her off the plate a little bit. Going to bring up one ball now and 2 strikes. Helmke, her first time up, struck out looking back in the second inning. And she gets a bat on ball and fouls it off out of play back over behind us. So his count's going to remain a 1 ball, 2 strikes. Helmke in there battling her way through this at bat.
This is probably, Joe, one of the biggest softball crowds I've seen over here at Tuscarora Park in quite some time.
The 1-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled down the first base line and out of play. Helmke battling again here. This is the fifth pitch of the at bat. She only saw 3 pitches her first at bat, so she is getting. She's working DeVolt a little bit here in this at bat. As field umpire Kenny Hall takes a look at the ball thrown in, he approves and gives it off to the senior pitcher Maddie DeVolt. And she looks in now to her catcher, gets the sign, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Again, fouled off. Great job by Helmke as she keeps battling in there to try to get on base for the Lady Quakers.
Yeah, Maddie D doing a good job in the circle. Just hasn't had a lot of the infield working with her a couple of times this afternoon.
The 1-2 pitch again. It's going to be lined down the first base line, and they did call that a foul ball as Caitlin Guerin just fielded it out right before the first base, and they did call it a foul ball. So again, a foul ball by Helmke, battling in there to try to get on base again for the Lady Quakers as DeVolt gets the pitch that she wants. And now here it comes. 1-2 pitch, fouled off again, Helmke. That's got to be at least the 5th or 6th straight foul ball by Helmke of the Lady Quakers.
Absolutely continuing the battle is Helmke Jr.
And the 1-2 pitch, is change up, had her way out front. What a pitch by Maddie DeVolt. Got the strikeout swinging. What a change up. Beautiful pitch call. Wow, had her way out in front, man. It looked like she could have spun in the dirt. She swung at that so early.
Pulled the string. did Maddie D in the circle. So this inning, Maddie D pulls the circle, and Amart with the beautiful catch in center field. Hopefully give a spark back to these Tornadoes as they trail 2-0.
You're not rooting for anybody here today,
No,
Ray Kale?
no.
Okay, gotcha. First pitch delivered by DeVolt. It is going to be a strike taken by Peyton Murphy, the second baseman for the Lady Quakers. She reached on an error by the first baseman back in the third inning. She stole a base and later scored on the Julia Miller single as she takes ball number one, from Maddie DeVault. 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Score of 2-0. Quakers over the Tornadoes. DeVault gets the pitch, and it's going to be fouled off by Peyton Murphy. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I've already been picked on by Wes Halter, the first base coach over here. First base coach and fellow firefighter Wes Halter. So he's already been picking on me today. I've been picked on a few times coming up here on the hill.
You should be picked on up on the hill. The 1-2 pitch, it's going to be a changeup in the dirt. And good job by Peyton Murphy to lay off of that pitch. Going to be a 2-2 count now for the Quaker second baseman. She wears number 0. The Quakers in white pants today, red socks, red tops with black and white stripes and the letters in black, as Murphy strikes out swinging to end the inning. After 4 innings, the Lady Quakers lead the Lady Tornadoes in the rivalry 2-0 here at Tuscarora Park. Back after this.
HRN Construction and Restoration congratulates this week's student athlete on fire, Madison DeVault, a senior at Dover High School. A daughter of Keith and Stephanie DeVault, Madison is a starter for the Lady Tornadoes softball team. In addition to maintaining a 3.8 GPA, Madison plans to attend Robert Morris University to play softball and major in pre-med. She enjoys showing pigs and lambs in 4-H, along with serving on the junior fair board, plus fishing, crafting, and spending time with her family. Madison also loves her volunteer work, and she is the Coshocton and Tuscarawas County Lamb and Wool Queen. Congratulations to Madison DeVault of Dover High School, this week's HRN Construction and Restoration Student Athlete on Fire. HRN responds 24/7 to fire, smoke, water, and storm damage at residential and commercial properties. Plus, the HRN team offers full-service construction and remodeling on commercial projects large and small. Follow HRN on Facebook and visit callontheshield.com.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, as Julia Miller fires in the first pitch to Ellie Durant. Strike number 1. A beautiful day here at Tuscarora Park for Lady Quakers, Lady Tornadoes, rivalry softball. Julia Miller fires in another one, but that's going to be a bit high for ball number 1. We are in the top of the 5th inning as the Lady Quakers lead the Lady Tornadoes 2-0 off an 2 RBI single off of Julia Miller's bat. Strike 2 swinging to Ellie Durant off of the arm of Julia Miller. Miller having a solid game here today as she gets the 1-2 pitch now in the dirt, dug out nicely by Cardani. It's going to bring up a 2-2 count now to Ellie Durant. The left fielder wears number 27. Dover in all white today with the the red pinstripes on the jersey. Swing and a miss by Ellie Durant. Strikeout swinging for the left fielder for the Dover Tornadoes. Julia Miller gets out number 1.
Cool story about Ellie Durant. Her mom was my kid's kindergarten teacher.
Wow. That's 9 strikeouts now for Julia Miller. And the next pitch into Maddie DeVault was going to be off the inside corner. You kind of threw me for that. I thought it was going to be a cool story, Chris. And it
is a good story.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Julia Miller fires in the 1-0 pitch, and that ball is lined into left center field as DeVault rounds first and heads on to second as they get the ball in to the second baseman. Was Lily Goodwin, got back there to the fence, but not before Maddie DeVault gets all the way to second on a 1-out double.
Wow, she roped that one to left center field, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Lady Tornadoes. If they want to get back into this, they got to start hitting the ball, Joe.
Now batting for the Dover Tornadoes, number 17, Leah Locke, the catcher. She is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in her first at bat as she takes strike number 1 off the arm of Julia Miller. Again, Maddie DeVault with a 1-out double into the left center field gap just a moment ago. And the bunt back, and it's going to be dropped by Julia Miller. Fires on the first, and again dropped by the first baseman. Maddie DeVault headed home as they're going to play at the plate. And Maddie DeVault scores on the error by Julia Miller. As Leah Locke gets to first, she was trying to give herself up on the sacrifice bunt. Julia Miller cannot field it cleanly. And the first baseman, I'm going to give the error to the first baseman covering. The ball was catchable and was not caught, so that's going to go down as an E3. And the run scores as Maddie DeVault comes in all the way from second base.
Yeah, Maddie D with the hustle play there. As soon as
pulls it off of the home plate umpire's mask. He looks a little shaken up, but he's doing okay. And it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike now with a runner on first, 1 run in on the air by the first baseman, Chloe Long. Swing and a miss for out number 2. As Peyton Curley now batting 2 outs here in the inning, both coming on the strikeout. As Curley takes strike number 1. Runner on first, again, 1 run in on the air, 2-1. Lady Quakers leading the Lady Tornadoes in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Peyton Curley. She struck out her first at bat, worked the count full, and then struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. One of Julia Miller's 10 strikeouts on the day. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed as Julia Miller gets out of the inning with only the 1 run scoring after the top of the 5th inning. New Philadelphia 2, Dover 1. Back with the bottom of the 5th after this. You listen to high school softball at Tuscarora Park thanks to HRN Construction and Restoration right here with Big Z Sports and Claxton Communications.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports, Claxton Communications, bringing you Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Lady Quakers lead the Lady Tornadoes here at Tuscarora Park 2-1. And what's really become a pitcher's duel, a couple errors in the field, an RBI single, a 2-run single, an error to score a run for the Tornadoes. But all in all, a really good game here so far, Chris Kale.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great game. It's a beautiful day. It's just great to be playing softball again. After, softball and baseball on the high school side got canceled a year ago, it's great to be back on the diamond.
Lily Goodwin steps in against Maddie DeVault, leads off for the Lady Quakers, takes the pitch. And it's going to be strike 1 to Lily Goodwin. Goodwin was one of the runs that scored back in the 3rd inning. She's been on base twice here today, but has an 0-1 count on her now. And the ball is going to be a little bit outside, ball 1. 1-1 now to Lily Goodwin, the center fielder, wears number 1. And bats number 1 for the Lady Quakers. Bats from the left side of the plate. Slaps it down the third baseline, and it goes foul. Nice thought process from Lily Goodwin. I think she would have beat that out if that would have been in fair territory. She was 2 steps out of the box before the ball even got to the third baseman, but that's the advantage of speedy left-handed hitters.
Well, and that's the advantage of slap hitting, too.
It's going to be a 1-2 count now to Lily Goodwin as she swings and misses for out number 1 of the bottom of the 5th inning, with the Quakers leading 2-1. Many moons ago, my niece was a slap-hitting left-hander at Garroway. She actually taught herself how to hit left-handed, but she had so much speed. She was really good at it. She was naturally right-handed, and it was so fun to watch her play when she played many moons ago out on the hill in Sugar Creek as Madison Wright takes A hack at the high fastball and misses off the arm of Maddie DeVault. Again here.
A hack, is that what you do before we go on the air at the station?
Yes, it is. Oh, nice changeup. Caught her looking, did Madison Wright. It's going to be 0-2 now to the shortstop for the Lady Quakers. You got me good one that night. That was had no idea the mic was on, and everybody knows what I do before we come on the air as this ball is fouled back right over top of us and almost gets a car, but falls right in between the two. As it's going to be 0-2 now to Madison Wright, the shortstop. She is 0 for 2 here today. She struck out looking in the first and bounced back to Maddie DeVault in the third. The 1-2 pitch, line down the third base line and just foul was the line drive. So again, 0-2. Madison Wright working the count here, trying to get Maddie DeVault's pitch count up a little bit here. The bottom of the fifth inning. 2-1. Lady Quakers over the Lady Tornadoes. Change up out in front of it. Fielded by Lundborg at short on to first and Guerin. And that is out number 2 as Madison Wright grounds out to the shortstop. Brings up you-know-who. Julia Miller, the pitcher, already has a 2-run single here today.
That was last time up, Joe.
Julia Miller on the day has walked and, of course, has that 2-run single as DeVault starts her off with a changeup in the dirt. Julia Miller not going to fall for that one too many times.
No, it's hard to fool another pitcher. You know what I mean?
She can see that rotation, and you can kind of see it as a pitcher. It's kind of fun to watch the chess game between the two pitchers. DeVault pitches inside, almost clips the back leg of Julia Miller. She gets it out of the way, as it's going to be a 2-0 count. You don't want to run 3-0, give Julia Miller a hitter's count. So we might see a intentional walk, maybe put her on. You don't want her to stretch the lead with that one swing of the bat. We know she can put it out of here pretty quick. 2-0 count, 2-0 pitch. It's high, fastball. She just missed that one, as it's going to be 3-0.
Joe, you put her on right here. I've seen her hit that pull out in left center field. She hit one over that about a week and a half ago. Just put her on over here and be done with it.
I think this is kind of like an intentional walk.
Yeah.
Julia Miller wanted no part of the walk as DeVault fields it and tags out Julia Miller running up the first base line, and she is tagged out for out number 3 of the inning, and that's going to do it after 5. New Philadelphia leads Dover 2-1 back after this.
This is Jim Smucker, president of Kime in downtown Charm, Ohio. By now, we hope you're aware of our local next-day delivery service. We call it Local Express. You simply call us to place your order, and those items will be on your doorstep the very next day. Now that's Kime time. The new catalog is available at kimehome.com, and you can call 330-893-5030 to place your order today. That's 330-893-5030. When you think Kime, think lumber plus everything you need to make a house a home.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Ventura Park. Big Z Sports, Claxon Communications, bringing you the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Top of the 6th inning. New Philadelphia leads the Dover Tornadoes. Folks, if you're watching out on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot of good content like you are here today. Also, coming up in the fall, we're going to do some fun things with Big Z Sports with streaming. Hit the subscribe button on our Big Z Sports YouTube account, and you will be able to see some good content like you're seeing here today for the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes. Again, top of the 6th inning, back with the call, Chris Kale. Chris?
Thank you, Joe. Stepping in, Zoe Mullman will lead things off here in the 6th for the Lady Tornadoes. She fouls one off. Julia Miller doing the work in the circle. No, did you see a little chippiness there between the two pitchers?
I didn't see anything.
No?
No.
Okay. Just wondering. I thought it was an interesting exchange going up the first base line to end inning number 5. Miller's second delivery fouled off.
Chris, I saw nothing.
I thought there was a little chippiness. My dad's standing right behind me.
He
thought there was a little chippiness.
With me. George only agrees with me.
Right. Miller's payoff pitch gets over there right just past the diving shortstop, as Mullman will get in with the single. The shortstop, Madison Wright, just missed it for the Lady Quakers. Leadoff single for Zoe Molman.
That was kind of a slap bunt, really, was what that was, and it just got past the outreach glove of the shortstop.
And now we go back to the top of the order. Taylor Lundborg, the shortstop, against Julia Miller. Lundborg going to rip it up the left side. She'll get in there, and now a couple of ducks on the pond for the Dover Tornadoes. Lundborg with the single.
Lundborg's hit the ball hard a couple of times here today. One off the arm of Julia Miller last time up, and then right between shortstop and third base on that one. And it's 2 runners on, no outs here in the top of the 6th.
Here's Callie Takelet looking to bunt. Ball goes high. She offered, trying to get the sacrifice down. Actually, they called that a ball. She didn't offer. I thought she offered there. Callie Takelet, the third baseman. 2 strikeouts on the day. Go ahead, Joe.
She took it. Takelet took it.
She did. And she took another one, ball 2. So Callie Takelet, 2-0. Julia Miller in the circle. The most trouble she's faced so far. 2 runners on to start the 6th. Now a sacrifice bunt down the first base line. Going to move them over. Nice job right there by Callie Takelet with the sacrifice. To advance, Lundborg to second. Molman over to third. Addie Martin now. A-Mart at the plate for the Dover Tornadoes. Julia Miller in the circle. 1 down in a 1-run ball game. So A-Mart will take the offering from Miller. And strike 1. So Addie Martin, pair of pop-outs on the afternoon so far, 0 for 2. Boy, a base hit here could tie it or possibly give him the lead. Addie Martin fouls it straight back, almost hits us.
My arms are any longer. I might have been able to catch
I
that.
know. Almost hit that gentleman on that little easy go back here. So Martin back at the plate. She'll step in. The 0-2 offering from Julia Miller. And the changeup folder. Strike 3. 12 now for Julia Miller.
Man, what a changeup.
Yes. Beautiful changeup. And that is out number 2.
I would not want to be in the box against that changeup. But
No.
you got 2 strikes on you, you got to expect it.
Durant will take strike number 1.
Ooh. Catches the catcher. The foul tipped it, and I think it got her on the arm or on the hand. She's shaken up just a little bit.
And
Is
Cardani.
the catcher Cardani, who did a nice rendition of the national anthem to start the game here
Yes,
today.
she
As
did.
her coach is out to look at her and send her throwing hand. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. It comes off your wrist or your elbow, and it looks like they're looking at her shoulder. She was holding her wrist a little bit, but I think it might have got both places.
Yeah, Emily Cardani, the senior catcher in the flex position.
Ooh, that gets you good enough to make your eyes water.
Yeah,
You know,
her eyes are watering.
Oh, yeah, it got her good.
As they're trying to let her shake it off. She's good. She says she's good to go.
I don't know
How
if you
about a
ever-
round of applause for Emily Cardani right there?
I don't know if you've ever played
Shake
catcher,
that one
Chris,
off.
in baseball, but if you take a foul ball like that, it's not comfortable
No.
at all.
No, absolutely not.
She's tough as they come, though, is Cardani. She gets back there and squats down behind the plate and flashes a sign to Julia Miller.
The 0-1 from Miller to Durant, strike 2. So 0-2 now is Julia Miller to Ellie Durant. Durant, one of the hottest hitters for the Lady Tornadoes. They need her to come through here. And ball inside on Durant. So 1-2. Julia Miller been in control. 12 strikeouts now on the evening. Miller, the 1-2. Fouled off by Durant. Ellie Durant, the sophomore, playing left field. She also does some pitching, batting .680 on the year with 4 doubles, a triple, a couple home runs, 15 ribbies For Ellie Durant, only a sophomore, Joe.
It's going to be a good one for the next couple of years for the Lady Tornadoes. It's a nice compact batting stance. Looks like a good-looking ball player is Ellie Durant. Of course, has that last name of Durant. We know one of those Durants are in the NBA, but of course no relation.
No relation to Kevin, no. As Durant, number 3. So the Lady Tornadoes and Communications.
Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for you. By making unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gilland Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philly, or find them on Facebook.
Tuscarawas and First National Bank of Denison. Be sure out. Also, you can watch the live streams from the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers. Thought it was the bottom of the 6th. And ball low. On Chloe Long. Scored so far on the young season for Long. Vault over to Guerin for the putout.
And Julia Miller.
Ella Yoder, the left fielder, will come up. With the changeup, fouled back to the screen. So Maddie Duvall. Maddie D in the circle. 2-3 if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, Maddie DeVault doing a nice job. Balls, 2 outs today. We jumped to the 11th inning already.
Yeah. Chelsea. She'll take that one for a...
Hit her back foot in the batter's box.
For strike number 2. The Lady Tornadoes 2-1. Maddie D with the...
Anticipate the changeup right here, Chris.
Ball. And she down the first base line. Maddie COVID, obviously, and so foul ball.
Of course, you were around this program for 4 years, Chris. And, of course, Haley, a senior at Dover. And it's...
Eyes it to the shortstop, Lundborg on Dover Tornadoes. As they exit communications right after this timeout.
Years of experience to work for you. Family owned and operated since 1978, Hartzler's has a wide selection of model homes on site with a knowledgeable team to help make your new home housing. Quality from start to finish.
And restoration. Again, a big thank you to Kent State Tuscarawas and First National. Leadoff batter is going to be the pitcher. That is so DeVault will take the intention.
Line to double in the gap or lasted.
So Locke will get the bunt down. Maddie all the way over to third.
What happened there was as well. They both let the ball go. That was a hit. That was a single.
It was just a bunt single.
Yep, it was a miscommunication, and unfortunately, it's one of those errors that don't really go down as an error. It's a mental error on the Lady Quakers. So 2 runners on now, second and third.
Kaylin Guerin looking to get it almost the out right there as that pop out above the head. And Cardani just unable to corral it in. And now the 0-2 count on Caitlin Guerin. So a little bit of lightning here for the Lady Tornadoes as Locke moved down to second. And Guerin going to swing away and foul it down the first base line. So Locke moves up to second. I missed that one. I always forget that when you got a runner on third and a runner on first, that girl's always going to go to second on the first pitch.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You crawl to second, they're not going to do anything.
It's not like baseball, right?
Oh, wow.
Guerin's going to hit the single up the middle. Scores Maddie DeVault. Here comes Locke. Locke's going to back up, and she's going to be tagged out. So Guerin gets the RBI single up the middle to tie this ball game at 2.
Nice line drive by Guerin up the middle to get the runner in, and nice throw tag. But we do have a run comes in, and it's fouled off on the bunt attempt. Quakers and Lady Tornadoes.
Yeah, after the intentional walk of Curley at the plate. She's going to ground to the third baseman. She fires in Curley.
Again, a left-hander trying to slap that ball down the...
Absolutely. Zoe Molman struck out in the third. 0-2 now on Molman. So Guerin sitting over at third. Tornadoes. And fouled back to the screw. Runs. Her first earned run of the season. Joe, I'm not, we'll have to go back and look. That first run, they walked Maddie DeVault. So Molman continue now as we move to the bottom of the construction and restoration.
With automatic fill options, budget plans, 330-897-3911.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
In construction and restoration.
Spoke in the beginning of the game. I said the first one, the Quakers wouldn't expect anything less.
Maddie DeVault in the circle, coach of the New Philadelphia Lady Quaker. Number 1 from Matt, just like her counterpart Julia Miller has done. Baseman. Miller struck out 7 position time, but she picked and tried to scoop it, dropped it, and then gathered it back in. So nice job by Caitlin Guerin, the first baseman. So the first out will bring up number 55, Michaela Helmke. Michaela Helmke struck out twice in her first 2 at-bats, the designated player. The 0-1 from DeVault. Helmke will slice it down the first base line. And 0-2 now on Helmke. DeVault riding 8 strikeouts in the circle for the Lady Tornadoes. 12 for her counterpart, Julia Miller. And DeVault. Strike 3 on Helmke. So the second out of the inning, the strikeout of Michaela Helmke, and that's going to bring up Peyton Murphy, 0-0, the second baseman. Maddie D fires strike number 1 to Peyton Murphy. So will we go to extras? It's all going to ride on Peyton Murphy's shoulders, the second baseman, as Maddie DeVault has the 0-1 pitch. Maddie D fires strike number 2. Swung on and missed by Murphy. So 0-2 now. DeVault looking for strikeout number 10 that will send this ball game into extra innings. Maddie D in the circle. She'll fire the 0-2 pitch. She pulls the string and gets the swing and miss from Peyton Murphy. For strike number 3, we're going to extras here on the hill at Tuscarora Park. We're knotted at 2 between Dover and New Philadelphia on Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications. We'll be back right after this.
Hey there, sports fans. When it comes to taking care of the vehicle that transports your team, you expect it to be done with speed and accuracy. This is Phil Miller from the Parkway Quick Lane. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my team at Parkway Quick Lane deliver you the winning combination to keep your vehicle on the road and safe. If your vehicle needs to get off the sideline and back in the game, visit the Parkway Quick Lane for your next service appointment.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers and Dover Lady Tornadoes, powered by HRN Construction and Restoration. Head coach Melissa Beachy of the Dover Lady Tornadoes, head coach Carly Ross of the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers. Both teams undefeated. We are knotted at 2, headed to extra innings. We move on to the 8th, and it is the top of the order for the Dover Lady Tornadoes in Taylor Lundborg. Lundborg is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. She flied out, grounded out, and got a single in her last at bat in the 6th inning. Julia Miller on the mound. She'll deliver the 0-1 and strike number 2. Actually, they called that a ball. They said that Lundborg held up on that one, and she didn't on that one. Julia Miller fires that one in, kind of tied her up a little bit. 2 strikes on Lundborg. Julia Miller will fire the 1-2 pitch, and she pulled the string. Strike number 3, the throw out, and the strikeout for Julia Miller. The first out, and strikeout number 13 now for Miller. So Callie Takelet comes up. She is 0 for 3 on the afternoon, the third baseman. And she'll take ball number 1 from Julia Miller. So Callie Takelet, the third baseman, again 0 for 3 on the afternoon. The 1-2 offering, or the 1-0 offering, is fouled back to the screen. 1-1 count now on Callie Takelet. Joe, tremendous ball game up here this afternoon. Just, you wouldn't have thought anything less from a 7-0 and 6-0 team.
Oh, absolutely not, especially the rivalry. They don't want to lose this game. Both teams are battling hard as a swing and a miss. As Takelet cuts hard at that fastball and just misses it. But like you said, Chris, you wouldn't expect anything less here on the hill at Tuscarora Park between Dover and New Philadelphia.
Callie Takelet takes the 0-2, and Julia Miller pulls the string.
It's like playing with a yo-yo.
It is.
Like,
both these pitchers just kind of playing just a little bit, as Takelet will be the 14th strikeout victim for Julia Miller.
And number 3,
Addie Martin.
Addie Martin bunts off the first pitch and bunts it foul, as it's now going to fall into a hole of 0-1.
A-Mart at the plate for the Lady Tornado. She is 0 for 3, but a beautiful play out there in center field on the defensive side.
In right center field, whoever watches it.
Julia Miller strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors.
Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence, to oversee each and every.
And Claxon Communications bringing you the New Philadelphia. Here with you again, a shout out to Kent State Tuscarora button for the live games as Maddie DeVault fires strike number, the center fielder.
Bring one big bottle of water to a softball game, and it goes to extra innings, and we have our little drive. We're talking more than we.
The center fielder, Vault, of course, did Goodnight Goodwin.
And Goodwin sits down after striking out. Maddie DeVault paints the corner.
Maddie D with 11 strikeouts now in the circle for the Dover Lady Tornadoes, and that will bring up Madison Wright, the shortstop. Madison Wright struck out in the first looking. She grounded out in the third and the fifth. She's 0 for 3. Maddie DeVault fires ball number 1. As you can hear the wind picking up every now and then up here on the hill, kind of blowing right at us in from left field. DeVault will fire the 1-0. It's going to be bunted right back to DeVault. DeVault will fire to first, and it gets by. We'll go back to the screen.
Nice job by the right fielder backing up that play for the Dover Tornadoes, or Madison Wright would have been sitting on second base with big number 13, Julia Miller, to the plate. Walked Miller.
Maddie DeVault with the said a great job by Molman to back that up, as 1 ball now to Julia Miller. This is what you want if you're the Lady Quakers. You've got the power at the plate right now in Julia Miller. The 0-1, or the 1-0 rather, is bounced up the right side.
Gonna do it.
Almost goes to the fence.
Ooh.
Molman going to get it into the second baseman. Julia Miller gets on with the single.
Molman doesn't stop that, the game's over.
Oh,
Great
I
job
agree with
by
you.
Molman getting to that ball, stopping it, knocking it down, and Wright has to stop at third, as we have runners on first and third now, as again they have a pinch runner for the pitcher, Julia Miller, and it's going to be Brittany Fenton again on to run for the pitcher. Now they have 2 runners on, 1 out, runner at first and third with number 12, Chloe Long, up to the plate.
It's your cleanup batter. Your first baseman, Chloe Long, at the plate. You'll see Fenton over at second on this first pitch. Maddie D's delivery from the circle to Long is popped up and caught.
Man. Wow, tough break for the Lady
And it ends up
Quakers.
holding the runner. How about a pop-up to the catcher? Nice job by Leah Locke.
Tough break for
2
the Lady
down.
Quakers there on the bunt attempt. They pop it up in the air. The catcher did a nice job of getting back there, and Leah Locke did a nice job of corralling that and making sure that she secured it for out number 2.
Left fielder Ella Yoder comes in with 2 down. DeVault will throw a little bit low and outside. And we've got Fenton now finally gets over to second base. Really not worried about that runner. The one you're worried about is Madison Wright standing on third. She reached on the error by Maddie DeVault at first base on the throwing error over to first after her bunt attempt. DeVault will fire it in. She'll fire high. 2 balls now on Ellie Yoder.
Yeah, the runner on second means nothing in a tie ball game. As New Philadelphia, the home team here, bottom of the 8th inning, extra innings at Tuscarora Park. You wouldn't expect anything less from a high school rivalry as Dover-Philly. It would be this way if it was chess.
Maddie DeVault will throw it in the dirt, and it's 3-0. 3-0 on Ellie Yoder. Yoder grounded out. Actually, she lined out in the first. She singled in the third and grounded out in the 6th. The 3-0 offering from Maddie D to Ellie Yoder is hit right back to DeVault. We'll fire over to first, and we'll continue on. What a game here from Tuscarora Park as 2 runners stranded by the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers as we move to the 9th, tied at 2. We'll be back with Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications right after this.
Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Contact Casey Claxon or Judd Bone at claxonprinting.com for printed t-shirts, embroidery, and branded promotional products for your booster club or business.
We can also help your team set up an online fundraising store to sell your team apparel to fans across the country.
Visit claxonprinting.com or call 740-623-2145.
Let's head back to the field with Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. We move to the 9th inning. Tied at 2 between the Lady Quakers and Lady Tornadoes. Joe Geckler to call the 9th.
Thank you, Chris Cahill. Again, 2-2, top of the 9th inning between the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers and Dover Lady Tornadoes. Leading off for the Dover Tornadoes, your left fielder, Ellie Durant, wears number 27, Maddie DeVault. Up next with Leah Locke in the hole for the Dover Tornadoes. The first pitch by Julia Miller fouled off, and the count falls to 0-1. Great game here today at Tuscarora Park between these 2 rivals of Dover and New Philadelphia. Again, the score tied at 2. A back-and-forth game. A couple of errors by both sides allowed runners to score as Miller's second pitch again fouled off by Ellie Durant. It's now 0-2 on Durant. Durant is 0-3, 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a pop out to the second baseman. The 0-2 pitch is again fouled off. Took a little bit off of that, did Julia Miller, as Durant was just out in front of that and knocked it down the third base line for a foul ball. 0-2 again. Top of the 9th inning. That's right, top of the 9th inning. Extra innings here at Tuscarora Park. It's going to be a rise ball, going to be too high for home plate umpire Rick Annan to call third strike. So it's going to be ball 1 to Ellie Durant.
What a game.
1-2, the 1-2 pitch now from Miller. Again, another rise ball, going to be high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now to the left fielder, Durant, for the Dover Lady Tornadoes. The pitch swung on and missed. Julia Miller, another strikeout. That's going to be number 16 on the day for the junior pitcher for the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers. Next up, number 8, Maddie DeVault, the pitcher, has done a nice job on the mound today, or in the circle for the Lady Tornadoes. But now she faces her counterpart, Julia Miller, and gets around on that rise ball and fouls it off down the first base line. DeVault lined a double into the left center field gap earlier in the ball game and has scored 2. She's actually scored both runs for the Dover Tornadoes here today.
Yeah, absolutely. She scored the run after she was intentionally walked, Joe.
Yeah, some people question that call, but you know what? You got to force that team to put that runner across the plate. That's exactly what Dover did. You don't want her to beat you with a home run. They said, hey, you're going to earn this run. We'll put her on, but let's see what the rest of the lineup can do. Now she takes ball one from Julia Miller. 1-1 count, and she fouls it off again. Makes the count 1-2. The pitchers battling here today at Tuscarora Park, in the circle and at the plate. Both pitchers, kind of the story of the game. Both of them have done well at the plate, done well in the circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Maddie DeVolt. And the changeup just outside. And the call, the Quakers wanted that call. The dugout got excited, and it was called ball 2, but a beautiful changeup. Julia Miller pulled the string, didn't get the call, though, from home plate umpire. 2-2 count. Another changeup outside again. The count now full at 3-2.
Yeah, Julia Miller, just to recap, a 2 RBI single in the bottom of the third, put the Lady Quakers up 2-0.
And now the 3-2 pitch from Julia Miller, swung on and driven deep into the right center field fence, and it is gone. Maddie DeVolt with a solo shot here at Tuscarora Park on a 3-2 pitch to give the Dover Lady Tornadoes the lead here in the top of the 9th inning, 3-2. Maddie DeVolt takes the 3-2 fastball and drives it out of here to right center field. Great piece of hitting by the senior pitcher.
Wow, she roped that one opposite field to right center. Maddie D. And like you said, Joe, the pitchers are doing the work. When you look at Julia Miller for the Lady Quakers, she's got 16 strikeouts. She has the 2 RBI single in the bottom of the third. And then when you look at Maddie DeVault, she doubled and scored on the throwing error in the top of the 5th after the lock sack bunt. And then she was intentionally walked. Guerin got the RBI single in the top of the 7th that tied the ball game. Maddie D on the mound. I believe she has 10 or 11 strikeouts. She has 12 strikeouts, and then, or 11, sorry, and then with the solo home run here in the 9th to put the Lady Tornadoes on top.
So a opposite field home run off the bat of Maddie DeVault gives the Dover Lady Tornadoes the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. And Julia Miller on the first pitch to Leah Locke, a swing and a miss, strike 1. As Julia Miller now gets back in the circle after the home run and collects herself. The 0-1 pitch, it's going to be fired past Locke for strike number 2. 1 out here in the inning. Again, top of the 9th inning. Dover now leads New Philadelphia 3-2 on a Maddie DeVault solo home run. And it's going to be strike 3 on the changeup. And that's going to be strikeout number 17 for Julia Miller. But the damage has been done already here in the top of the 9th inning. If you're just joining us, Maddie DeVault with an opposite field home run to give the Lady Tornadoes the lead as Miller fires in. And it is fouled off by Caitlin Guerin, the first baseman, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a single and 2 strikeouts. Guerin wears number 21, wears her socks high, showing the red socks below her pants. The 0-1 pitch is going to be lined in between short and third for a base hit for Caitlin Guerin. A 2-out single by the first baseman of the Dover Tornadoes.
Yeah, she had the RBI single in the top of the 7th that tied the game. And she gets the single here to continue the 9th inning for the Lady Tornadoes, a little 2-out lightning.
That brings to the plate Peyton Curley, the designated player, wearing number 35 today, as she fouls it off straight back behind us. As the count falls now to 0-1. Great game here at Tuscarora Park between two teams that don't like each other during athletics.
No.
You know, off the field they may, but, the very heated rivalry as Curley swings and misses on the second pitch. Going to be 0-2 now to Curley. Coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning, you're going to have Helmke, Froman, and Miller for the Lady Quakers. 0-2, the changeup just outside. Julia Miller tried to pull the string and get Curley out in front. She didn't bite.
These teams could play chess, these two schools, and it'd be a rival.
1-2 pitch. Julia Miller has that intense look on her face right now. She knows there's work to be done in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Again on the changeup. Home run here in the top of the ninth inning to give the Lady Tornadoes the lead. 3-2. Back for the bottom of the ninth inning. You're listening to Big Z Sports, Claxton Communications, and high school softball. Thanks to HRN Construction and Restoration. Back after this.
Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas. Kent State Tusk offers over 30 bachelor's and associate degrees. We have over a dozen athletic programs, including basketball and volleyball. Student life is diverse with over 20 extracurricular student clubs. Our nursing and technology programs are some of the most sought after in the area. Staying local is the most cost-effective way of obtaining your degree. Define your own success. Powered by Purpose at Kent State University, Tuscarawas.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports, Claxton Communications brings you the Lady Quakers, Lady Tornadoes, presented by HRN Construction and Restoration. Free softball here today as we're in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Tornadoes 3, the Lady Quakers 2. Maddie DeVault give the Tornadoes the lead in the top of the ninth inning on a solo home run, and she fires off the first pitch, and it's going to be just inside to Helmke, the designated player for that's Jenna Miller. I got ahead of myself. It's going to be fouled at the plate. Oh, no, they did. They called it a fair ball into fair territory as Jenna Miller. No, I'm sorry, that was Froman, as she fouled it up, and the catcher did a nice job of pouncing on it. And that goes as an unassisted ground ball out. The catcher with a nice job. I guess that would be an unassisted out. And I guess that's what you would call that, as the first pitch into number 9, Jenna Miller, swung on and missed. Bottom of the ninth inning here at Tuscarora Park. Joe Geckler, Chris Kale, the Tornadoes lead the Quakers 3-2. Change up, popped up to the shortstop, Lundborg. She's under it and calls for it and makes the catch for out number 2. As Taylor Lundborg catches the pop-up off the bat of number 9, Jenna Miller. And as we'll now have a pinch hitter, it's going to be freshman number 18, Sarah Saweski, into bat for the Lady Quakers. The left-hander freshman coming in to bat. Batting for number 55, Michaelin Helmke.
So Sarah Saweski will step in, none other than my niece, of course.
DeVault gets the sign, releases. She thought it was a little high, but now it is up. The short and third baseman is alive here for the new Philadelphia Lady Quakers.
Is it good that you can be happy and sad at the same time? Sarah Saweski with the base hit to keep things alive for the Quakers.
You should never, ever, ever be sad.
I agree with you. I'm happy for her. It was a great
the bat for the Lady Quakers, and it's going to be 0-1 count as she takes the first pitch as a strike. And it's going to be strike number 2 to Peyton Murphy. No balls, 2 strikes. Saweski on first after the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and the Dover Tornadoes will be back with the final stats. Big Z Sports, Claxton Communications, and HRN Construction and Restoration. After this, we'll be back.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette and Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn and New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
HRN Construction and Restoration congratulates this week's student athlete on fire, Lily Goodwin, a senior at New Philadelphia High School. A daughter of Matt and Deb Goodwin, Lily is a 3-year letter winner for the Quaker softball team. In addition to maintaining a 4.3 GPA, Lily plans to attend Kent State University to major in accounting. Lily enjoys playing with her dog Riley, spending time with friends, and binge watching Netflix. She also plays travel softball for Valley Force and Ohio Wolfpack and is a 2-year letter winner on the Lady Quakers basketball team. Congratulations to Lily Goodwin of New Philadelphia High School, this week's HRN Construction and Restoration student athlete on fire. HRN responds 24/7 to fire, smoke, water, and storm damage at residential and commercial properties. Plus, the HRN team offers full-service construction and remodeling on commercial projects large and small. Follow HRN on Facebook and visit callontheshield.com.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.
This is Jim Smucker, president of Kime in downtown Charm, Ohio. By now, we hope you are aware of our local next-day delivery service. We call it Local Express. You simply call us to place your order, and those items will be on your doorstep the very next day. Now that's Kime time. The new catalog is available at kimehome.com, and you can call 330-893-5030 to place your order today. That's 330-893-5030. When you think Kime, think lumber plus everything you need to make a house a home.
At Gillen Body Shop, they know that when their business is needed, it's never planned, and that can cause you quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for you by making sure the work is completed right the first time. And Gillen Body Shop's experienced staff gives all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice: Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philly, or find them on Facebook.
Buying a home has never been so affordable with record low interest rates. Hartzler's Quality Housing is ready to put over 40 years of experience to work for you. Family owned and operated since 1978, Hartzler's has a wide selection of model homes on site with a knowledgeable team to help make your new home a reality. Open 6 days a week. Visit them off I-77 in Dover or online at hartzlers.com. Hartzler's Quality Housing. Quality from start to finish.
Are you looking for a local propane supplier? TMK Valley Propane would like to offer you our hassle-free guarantee. We can provide you excellent service with automatic fill options, budget plans, and easy delivery. Let TMK show you how we take the hassle out of your winter heating needs. Give us a call today for a free site evaluation, 330-897-3911.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Welcome back to Tuscarora Park. Big Z Sports and Clax Communications have brought you the Dover Lady Tornadoes as they move to 7-0 on the season. The New Philadelphia Lady Quakers, they dropped to 7-1. The Lady Tornadoes with the 3-2 victory over New Philadelphia. We're going to be joined by our Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications player of the game right now, and Maddie D going to step in. Maddie, you had 10 strikeouts on the mound, 2 for 3 with a solo home run, a double, a walk, all 3 runs scored. Talk to me about your game and how does it feel to beat the Quakers?
Oh, it feels amazing. Every year we come into this game with the hard teams going at it, and it's going to come down to who makes the errors first. And tonight we just capitalized on errors, and we've scored runs and played as a great team. We came together tonight as a team.
Well, and talk to me about what you saw out of Julia. You had that real sharp double that you had earlier, kind of mid-game. What was you seeing there in the ninth that, what was you waiting on something to hit that one over the fence?
When she got me behind there, she's definitely trying to get something off the plate. And it's my job to watch and make sure that I take after a smart pitch. Don't chase any after any.
That they had a couple errors, but overall job at third base. You fielded your position
and get the outs we needed to. It's awesome.
Gift today, and that was a single to my nation's Maddie D. Proud of you, and you're our Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications Player of the Game. Congratulations, kiddo. All right, that is Maddie DeVault. We're going to welcome in head coach Melissa Beachy, and coach, well, she's over there tonight, and going into extra innings.
Yeah. Well, when you started, you said it, and that it was a great team effort. This job, everybody picks what their role is, and they have done a great job on fulfilling it. And tonight was just kind of like the outline of what we've been working for is a team win. Everybody does their job and accepts and doesn't give up. She challenged us at the beginning. We didn't have her best hitting night necessarily, but she's also one of the best pitchers we've seen. So credit where credit is due, and we did our job, and I'm very, very happy with our team effort win.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you about New Philadelphia. I mean, you got to give them, they got to you a little bit early, and, but you battled back hard, and just as, like you said, a team effort, just a great game, a fun game to watch.
The atmosphere is always, in a rivalry game, is always there. So it does take a little bit sometimes to settle in and play our game, and I think we ended up doing that well.
Next up for you guys?
We play West Holmes on Monday, and we have a very full week next week, so we kind of don't get to settle down. We'll try to keep the pedal to the metal.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on keeping undefeated, moving to 7-0 with a big win tonight on the Hill in Tuscarora Park. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Chris Gale, Joe Geckler here with you, of course. Coach Beachy from the Dover Tornadoes, Maddie DeVault, your Big Z Sports Player of the Game. We'll be back right after this timeout to wrap things up from Tuscarora Park.
Hey there, sports fans. When it comes to taking care of the vehicle that transports your team, you expect it to be done with speed and accuracy. This is Phil Miller from the Parkway Quick Lane. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my team at Parkway Quick Lane deliver you the winning combination to keep your vehicle on the road and safe. If your vehicle needs to get off the sideline and back in the game, visit the Parkway Quick Lane for your next service appointment.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications back here at Tuscarora Park, and Chris Gale, Joe Geckler here with you. Just an incredible softball game that we saw here. Two good ones that have been on Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications this week that we've got to call. And what a game! One of the best rivalries in the state of Ohio, Dover and New Philadelphia. The softball side of that rivalry goes into extra innings. The Tornadoes get the best of the Lady Quakers today, 3-2. Your final thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, we saw two good games this week, both pitchers duels, and this turned out to be the best of the two. Of course, DeVault versus Miller, great ball game. The senior gets the better of the junior, and at the plate and on the mound is Maddie DeVault, our Big Z Sports Player of the Game, and she gets the win and gets the big home run in the top of the ninth inning to get her Lady Tornadoes the victory here. Great softball game. A lot of fun to do a game here at Tuscarora Park and on the Hill, and you wouldn't expect anything less from these two teams, whether, like we've mentioned during the broadcast, football, basketball, baseball, softball, track,
chess,
whatever it is. It's going to be a fun game, a fun matchup, and exactly what we got here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joe, thank you. Great call. I know you've got another game left with Claxon Communications and Big Z Sports. I do as well. I'll have the Dover Philly boys game. You get to have a baseball game as well.
Indian Valley and Ridgewood. It's going to be a lot of fun. We get to see some of the Ridgewood and Indian Valley guys that we see during football and basketball season. Going to be a lot of fun. That's down at Indian Valley at their new field with the new turf on the infield. Going to be a lot of fun here. I believe it's a week from this next Monday on the 19th. That's when I'll be back with us here doing a baseball game. So it's going to be a lot of fun against the, one of Nick McWilliams' favorite athletes in the area, of course, Gabe Tingle, the Ridgewood Generals, and, of course, Indian Valley, a very formidable opponent. So it's going to be a lot of fun here in about a week or so. But Indian Valley, Ridgewood, of course, Dover, New Philly. Wow, that's going to be a fun one, too.
Yeah, it should be good. Well, thank you. Great job today. And great job, Adam Sweski and all the guys getting set up. Of course, Casey Claxton, Greg Perkins, Fred Williams, Xander Tristano, the great people of Claxton Communications. We can't thank them enough for bringing you the action. Of course, HRN Construction and Restoration, Kent State, Tuscarawas, and First National Bank of Denison. We thank you to them for jumping on board this season with, our co-sponsorships. Again, thank you for joining us this evening for girls high school softball and Big Z Sports and Claxton Communications. Again, thank you to HRN Construction and Restoration for being tonight's presenting sponsor. Our next broadcast coming up on Wednesday, April 14th, the TCC Lady Saints, they travel up and they travel to Strauss Vegas to take on the Strasburg Lady Tigers. Battle of the Unbeatens there, too. We'll see what happens throughout the weekend. Again, that game is going to be powered by Synergy Signs and Graphics. Pregame about 4:45 with first pitch at 5 o'clock. Again, that is on Wednesday. So make sure you check us out. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube page. You can go there and search WTUZ Big Z Sports. It'll come up right there on YouTube. Make sure you check out Claxton Communications and WTUZ Big Z Sports on Facebook, and, of course, WTUZ.com for the audio. Just click on the Big Z Sports Listen Live button. Again, the Dover Lady Tornadoes, they remain undefeated at 7-0 with a 3-2 win over the New Philadelphia Lady Quakers, who dropped to 7-1. For Claxton Communications, my partner in crime, Joe Geckler, and all of us at Big Z Sports, I'm Chris Gale saying so long from Tuscarora Park, and congratulations to the Dover Lady Tornadoes.
Thanks for listening to Big Z Sports. Tonight's broadcast was presented by HRN Construction and Restoration, Claxton Communications, Gilland Body Shop, Hartzler's Quality Housing, Kime, PAC Drilling, Parkway Quick Lane, TMK Valley Propane, and Wood Electric. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports. Let's get you back to the diamond. Once again, here's Chris and Joe.